Early in 2024, Dr. Jennifer Arnold, the well-known neonatologist and reality TV star most remembered for her appearance on TLC's enduring series The Little Couple, was the subject of significant public scrutiny on social media platforms. Her medical background and advocacy for people with dwarfism were not the source of the dispute. Rather, it was a TikTok video that her teenage son, Will Arnold, shared that went viral. The family abruptly and unexpectedly moved from their long-standing home in Boston, Massachusetts, to their secondary house in Houston, Texas, when the video rapidly went out of control in terms of media coverage and online discussion. Several people close to the family indicate that the intense public scrutiny and negative reactions were a major factor in their decision to temporarily withdraw from Boston, even though neither Dr. Arnold nor her husband, Bill Klein, have released a formal statement confirming the move was directly related to the backlash. The Little Couple, a reality show that followed the lives of a married couple with skeletal dysplasia, a kind of dwarfism, brought Dr. Jen Arnold and Bill Klein to national attention for the first time in 2009. From their courtship and marriage to the struggles and victories of starting a family through adoption, the show, which ran for 15 seasons and more than 200 episodes, gave viewers a close-up look at their experience. When he was just a few months old, their son Will Arnold, was adopted in 2014. Will was born with the same type of dwarfism as his parents, and his early years were often highlighted on the show, which helped fans like him as they saw him develop from a baby into a self-assured and talkative young man. The dynamics of the show and the family's public image started to change as Will approached adolescence. The family was able to distance themselves from the unrelenting spotlight after the once dominant reality series ended in 2021. Nonetheless, they continue to be active on social media, especially Instagram and TikTok, where Dr. Arnold shared updates about their health, parenting advice, and regular family moments. At the age of 13, Will has started to progressively forge his own online persona by producing material that showcases his passions for music, fashion, and youth culture. Will shared a 30-second TikTok video that went viral on the platform in mid-March 2024, sparking the debate. Will can be heard lip-syncing to a well-known audio snippet from a viral song with explicit lyrics in the video. He does a dance routine that incorporates a number of exaggerated hip movements and humorous facial expressions while wearing a cropped hoodie and baggy jeans. The audio, which is a remix of a popular pop song, contains a lyric that, when taken out of context, can be taken to mean bad. The original song's complete context is humorous and light-hearted, but the TikTok shortened version, which is frequently shared on the platform, concentrated on the more offensive part. The video received over 2 million views in a matter of hours. Many viewers gave Will excellent feedback, complimenting his self-assurance, dancing prowess, and sense of humor, while a sizable portion of the responses were scathing. Given his public persona and the fact that he is the son of two well-known public figures, some users questioned if the topic was suitable for a 13-year-old. Others voiced worries about how social media affects young teenagers, especially those with disabilities who are frequently the focus of increased attention. When the video was circulated in conservative social media circles and a number of parenting groups, the response grew more intense. The dancing and music selection, according to critics, were inappropriate for a person Will's age. Some even accused Dr. Arnold and Bill Klein of not keeping an eye on their son's internet use. Will's dwarfism was cited by several readers as a complicating element, with some arguing that visually impaired children should be held to higher standards of behavior or that their public personas should be more carefully controlled to prevent exploitation or misinterpretation. This is what happens when children with impairments are treated like influencers from birth, according to a widely screenshotted but since deleted viral tweet. No rules, no direction. For a 13-year-old, that dance was far too sophisticated. I understand that he's trying to be cool, but this kind of content sexualizes children, especially ones that look younger due to their condition, read another message on a well-known Facebook parenting community. Despite not being widely accepted, these remarks gained popularity and were emphasized by media outlets who covered the story. The discussion spread from TikTok to mainstream media in a matter of days. Articles with headings like, "Is Will Arnold too young for this kind of content?" appeared on a number of entertainment news websites. And "Parenting in the Spotlight, Did the Little Couple Go Too Far?" Sensationalism was used by some publications to portray the episode as a failure of parental supervision, while others took a more nuanced view, recognizing the difficulties of raising a child in the spotlight. Known for her calm and considerate public demeanor, Dr. Arnold did not immediately address the criticism. However, according to family members, she was greatly impacted by the tone of the criticism, especially the remarks that disparaged Will's appearance and disabilities. According to a friend who spoke on condition of anonymity, Jen was crushed. She has always been quite protective of Will, not because he needs it, but rather because individuals who appear different aren't often treated with kindness in the world. It devastated her to see strangers on the internet labeling her son inappropriate for simply dancing. The remark equally troubled Bill Klein, who has always played a more private role in the family's public life. Insiders said that he believed the criticism went beyond the TikTok and represented a larger unease with disabled kids expressing their independence, particularly in settings like social media where identity and self-expression are crucial. Bill insisted that he was a child. "He's moving. Why is this an issue?" the person continued. However, the truth is that people don't view you as a typical adolescent when you're a little kid. They spot a quirk, a medical issue, or worse, a joke. The family's Boston home, where they had resided for almost 10 years, became the center of unwanted attention as the online controversy raged. The Arnolds observed a rise in suspicious activity in their neighborhood, including strange cars parked outside their house and repeated efforts to access their social media accounts, even though no direct threats were recorded. The family contacted local authorities when a neighbor verified that a man was observed snapping pictures of the residents from across the street. The decision was taken at this time to temporarily move to their home in Houston, where Dr. Arnold is still employed as a staff neonatologist at Texas Children's Hospital. Their main base has long been the Houston house in the Memorial neighborhood of the city, particularly when the little couple was being filmed. The Boston house was bought in 2015 with the intention of giving Will access to specialized educational programs and supporting Dr. Arnold's position as a visiting lecturer at Harvard Medical School. However, the family decided to shorten their stay in Boston as the academic term came to a conclusion and the social media storm intensified. The maneuver was quick and silent. Only a select group of close friends knew that the family was leaving Boston in early April, according to a property manager who is familiar with the arrangement. The house was put on temporary security hold while a professional moving company packed their possessions. The Boston home's future has not been formally announced, but according to real estate sources, it might be put up for sale or rental in the upcoming months. The family has kept a quiet profile in Houston. Will has re-enrolled at a nearby private school that provides extensive support for pupils with impairments, and Dr. Arnold has returned to her clinical responsibilities. Although the emotional effects of the tragedy are still felt, friends report that the atmosphere at home has been calmer. A close confidant stated, "They're trying to give Will space to just be a kid. No public criticism, no cameras, and no scripts. Just some time with the family." Wider discussions concerning the relationship between disability, adolescence, and digital culture have been rekindled by the incident. Disability rights activists have been eager to draw attention to the unfair treatment of people with disabilities. As a sociologist who focuses on how people with disabilities are portrayed in the media, Dr. Maya Thompson stated, "We don't see non-disabled 13-year-olds being shamed for dancing on TikTok. However, it becomes inappropriate or concerning instantly when a youngster with dwarfism performs the same thing. That speaks more about the prejudices of society than it does to the child's actions." According to Thompson and others, the pushback is a reflection of a recurring trend that denies people with disabilities the same liberties and opportunities for growth that their peers enjoy. She clarified that adolescence is a period of identity discovery, boundary testing, and exploration. "We're basically telling disabled teens they don't have the right to grow up when we police their behavior more strictly than others." Experts in social media also point out the particular difficulties experienced by offspring of celebrities, especially those who have been in the spotlight since birth. According to Dr. Lena Patel, a specialist in digital ethics at the University of Southern California, Will didn't decide to become famous. He came from a family that was on reality TV. He is currently a youngster attempting to negotiate his own identity in a pressure-filled environment, social media. It is incredibly unjust to punish him for expressing himself in a manner that is quite appropriate for his age group. The event has also caused the entertainment industry to consider the long-term consequences of child popularity, particularly in the reality TV genre. The distinction between performance and personal life is blurred on reality television, in contrast to written roles where characters are fake. Children who appear on these programs frequently develop a public reputation before they are able to give their consent. Patel went on to say, "We need better ethical guidelines for filming minors. When does it become clear that this is someone's life, not content?" Support for the Arnold family has been strong despite the issue. Thousands of supporters have defended Will on social media by posting supportive and encouraging words. As a sign of support, users shared videos of themselves dancing to the same audio clip, making the hashtag #LetWillBeAMan, a play on the popular phrase, "Let kids be kids," trend for a few days. Disability advocacy organizations have also released comments denouncing the cyberbullying and stressing the significance of enabling disabled youth to express themselves in a way that is acceptable for their age. During a panel discussion at a pediatric medical conference in Houston, Dr. Arnold made a rare public statement in which he implicitly addressed the situation. As parents, clinicians, and members of society, our job is not to shield children from the world, but to prepare them to navigate it with confidence and dignity, she stated, referring to the psychosocial difficulties that children with chronic diseases confront. This entails allowing children to experiment, make errors, and occasionally dance on TikTok without worrying about receiving harsher criticism for their appearance. She didn't specifically identify Will, but the message was obvious. It served as a potent reminder to those in attendance of the tenacity and resolve that have characterized Dr. Arnold's path, not only as a doctor and public person, but also as a mother. There are indications of recovery as the family gets used to their Houston routine. Will hasn't stopped posting on TikTok, but his posts now mostly consist of book reviews, behind-the-scenes looks at his life, and sporadic vlogs on his experiences with dwarfism. Feedback to his most recent video, which was a humorous tour of his bedroom, was immensely good. In the caption, he stated, "I just want people to see me for who I am. Not as a personality trait or a medical condition. Only Will." The family has also been forced to consider their relationship with public life and fame as a result of the experience. They are now more careful about how much of their private lives they reveal, but they do not regret sharing their story on The Little Couple, a program that helped spread awareness about dwarfism and adoption. In a quick interview last year, Bill Klein stated, "We learned a lot from the show. We're learning to live without it now, though." The event has strengthened Dr. Arnold's conviction that privacy is crucial, particularly for youngsters. In a recent podcast, she stated, "There's a difference between sharing and oversharing. As parents, we must be aware of that boundary. Our kids don't represent our story or brand in any way. They are unique people with their own aspirations, opinions, and entitlements to a childhood." Although the family's relocation to Houston was brought on by a tragedy, it has also served as a place for them to refocus. They are reinventing normalcy away from the fast-paced city of Boston and the scrutiny of internet criticism, not as celebrities, but as a family merely attempting to deal with the challenges of contemporary existence. The episode serves as a warning about the potential and dangers of social media in a larger cultural context. In addition to providing previously unheard of chances for creativity and connection, platforms such as TikTok also increase scrutiny, particularly for people who live at the nexus of vulnerability and visibility. In the internet era, the assumptions, prejudices, and double standards that influence our perceptions of disability, adolescence, and authenticity were at the center of the backlash against Will Arnold, which went beyond a single video. One thing is evident from the ongoing discussions: Will Arnold is not hiding. He's becoming bigger. The Arnold family has also made a silent but impactful message about the importance of safety, dignity, and unconditional love by deciding to return to Houston, not to flee, but to gather, think, and regain their solitude. For those who know the family the best, the relocation was never about running away, even though the outside world may have called it fleeing. It had to do with returning home,